It's Lidl Beer Festival o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Lidl have launched another beer festival, a craft beer festival, as of April the 28th, 2022. I picked up the whole range this morning, shot up to Lidl, nice and early. The price range for the beers, £1, they start at £1.29 for the 330 mils. Some of the beers in the 440 millilitres go for £1.50, and then like something like this, which is a 6.9% ABV peanut brittle stout, is on the shelf for £1.79. So a variation of prices, all quite good. But I'm going to start off with a beer that is not in the beer festival, but lots and lots of you have asked me to review. Now, Lidl have brought out a Staravice kind of fake Czech Pilsner. These discount supermarkets tend to do these things, but cheaper. So we have a Staravice Pilsner, Česká Republika, 500ml bottle. It is 5% ABV, green glass. I'm going to chuck that straight in the fridge. That'll be on the channel relatively soon. But this is in their regular range of beer. This is a permanent beer from Lidl. Gold bottle cap. So that'll go in the fridge. That'll be on the channel soon. I'm going to start off. I'm just going to grab cans. Here we go. So this is Laine Brewing Company Fader Juicy IPA. 5.1% ABV. Looks alright, didn't it? Nice graphics on the can. Lots of cans, by the way. There was only one bottle in the whole of the craft beer festival in Lidl. Just the one bottle. And it's a beer that I'm familiar with. It's a beer that I wanted to pick up again because I really quite like it. This is Boxstein Brewery's Funnel Blower Dark Vanilla Porter. 4.5% ABV. Based in Wiltshire, Holt in Wiltshire. The Notorious New England IPA, DonkeyStone Brewing Company. 5.5% ABV. DonkeyStone Brewing Company, really interesting brewing company. If you know anything about them, there's a little bit of kind of... What did we have last year? The last beer festival they did I think they did an Imperial Stout or a Stout, and it was interesting to say the least. So I'm interested to try their kind of New England, or their take on a New England IPA. Loch Lomond Brewery in the pink raspberry sour, 5% ABV. Raspberry aroma, sweet fruit flavours, tart raspberry finish. Unfiltered for maximum flavour. Keep chilled, drink fresh. There's a look at that one. Next beer is, I find this quite funny. Lots of people are using the O at the moment. O'clock, like I use beer o'clock. Stewart Brewing Company, 4.5% ABV, 440ml can of Choc O'Clock chocolate stout. Now, Stewart Brewing Company have been a part of the Lidl Beer Festival since the very beginning. And they have been producing, I would say, the most stable. If you go into the Lidl Craft Beer Festival, you don't want to buy all of the beers. I mean, I've just picked up, 10 cans. You know, it adds up, doesn't it? If you don't want to pick them all up, but you want something solid and reliable, then I would say Stewart Brewing Company are your best bet for kind of reliability. You know you're going to get something pretty decent from Stewart Brewing Company. Looks good. Next up, we have a Laine Baltic Porter. Now, this is going to be an interesting beer. I understand some of the beers that Laine produce for the Lidl Beer Festival. They've done it before. They brought out a few Baltic kind of themed beers. They're based in Liverpool. They're based in the Baltic Triangle. It's the reason why they call it kind of Baltic. I think I've had a Baltic Lager and a Baltic something else. Now a Baltic Porter. Is this a real Baltic Porter? Oh, it is on the back. So they mention the Baltic Triangle, but then they go on to mention a true Baltic Porter. 6% ABV. Should be interesting. But all of these big kind of cans for Lidl, I was just about to mention, they're contract brewed. They're contract brewed for Laine. So what I would suggest, if you're in the Liverpool area, they have a bar and they sell their beers locally. Try some of their beers locally because they're absolutely fantastic. I've not really been a fan of the Laine beers that have hit Lidl. They've not been great up to now, but hopefully things change with this one. Next beer is by Thornbridge. Now this is probably the first time that Thornbridge, certainly a 440 milliliter can, have put a beer in the Lidl Beer Festival. This is a Hazy American Pale Ale, 5% ABV, 440 milliliter can. I've seen a couple of maybe, I seem to remember off the top of my head, maybe something like a Lucas or something, or a purple coloured 330 milliliter can in the Lidl Beer Festival before now. Comment in the comments box, let me know. But I'm looking forward to this one. This should be pretty decent. I'm a big Thornbridge Brewing Company fan. Next up we have a double derogable smoothie IPA, 7.3% ABV, 440 milliliter can. Smoothie IPA. It's going to be one of those kind of pastry things, isn't it? Drygate though. Drygate. They're owned by a big company, Drygate. I think they might be owned by somebody as big as Heineken or maybe Carlsberg. They're owned by a big company. But I've always enjoyed their beers. I've always enjoyed the Drygate beers. So fingers crossed, this can be pretty decent. Smoothie IPA, so we're not talking New England IPA, we were talking something slightly different. Yeah. Next up, Harbour Brewing Company's Cold IPA, 12 miles north, brewed in Cornwall. 3.8% ABV. I like these guys as well, Harbour, they produce some good beers. Next up, this looks interesting. This looks really interesting. This is the one I picked up first and put it in my trolley. Hercule Berg, Belgian double IPA, 7.4% ABV. But there's no... it's Williams Brothers. Look at that. It's in the... Look at that. There it is. It's a bit of a... Well, you can't really see them. I don't know whether they wanted to hide their name, whether they go, actually, we'll go into Lidl, but we'll camouflage ourselves. Because they work a lot with Aldi, they have put some Lidl beers out. Williams Brothers, Aldi, Lidl, is sketchy stuff. So maybe that's the reason why they tried to hide their name there. It took me a while to work it out, who brewed this. Hopefully it's good though, 7.4% ABV. Next up we have a 71 Brewing Company. Now these guys produce some really good beers for Lidl. They did a NEIPA, New England IPA, and it was fabulous, really fabulous beer. That was for one of the first Lidl craft beer festivals, and I really enjoyed that. I think back in the day, it was something like £1.29 a can. They've certainly gone up in price, but hopefully that reflects a little bit of quality as well with the price going up. Mystic Origins Kveik IPA, 5% ABV. Interesting beer. Still going, we'll get a box next. The Freedom Brewery Kolsch Style Lager, Taste Freedom, 4.5% ABV. Not sure if I've ever had a beer from Freedom Brewery before. I don't know. I don't even know where they're back. No, I don't think I've had anything from these guys, so looking forward to that. Then we have an Adnams, good old Adnams down in Southwold. This is a Blood Orange Session IPA, 4.4% ABV, 330 milliliter can. That should be right up my street. And then last but not least, this is the one that I'm kind of, whoa, I'm really looking forward to this one. A peanut brittle stout, 6.9% ABV by Black Sheep Brewery. This was one of those £1.79 cans of beer. Founded by Paul Theakston, the original Black Sheep. So, quick story on that one. Paul Theakston, Theakston's Brewery, Theakston's Old Peculiar, decided to leave the company and set up on his own. And he called himself the Black Sheep of the family. Black Sheep Brewery. Cool, eh? 6.9% ABV. Should be good. So, there were a couple of beers that were up there. I didn't pick them up because I've already reviewed them. There's no point in me kind of double-ending this channel. There's no point in me going over stuff I've already gone over. So, if you're in the aisle in Lidl, or if you're on their app, or you're interested to know what other beers that are up there, pardon me, go on our YouTube channel, type in the name of the beer, and hopefully, fingers crossed, you'll see a review of that very beer. But thank you for watching. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 beers. 14 beers to come on the channel. Hope you liked the video. Please comment, please subscribe, give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers.